What is up, guys? Logan here again with another video coming right at you, and I hope you guys have had a great weekend, and I'm excited to start this week off. Now, I'm going to start in this video by talking about my Palantir play that I have going, of course, and then also the new position I've sold a covered call on, and also more in depth about running the wheel strategy as well. So I think this is going to be a good video. Make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, and comment below. And then also check out the links in the description, as we have the link to the Discord. And we also have the link to the Robinhood stocks. So if you use that link, you can get free Robinhood stocks. So check those out, and let's get right into this video. So you guys can see here, I have Palantir pulled up. We're chilling around $24 right now, which is a pretty normal spot for Palantir, especially in the past week or so. As it's kind of been hovering around this $24 spot with that big dip on Friday, and then it roared all the way back. So I'm pretty content with where Palantir is right now. As you guys know, I was assigned 100 shares at $27, and then I also am selling another cash secured put where I sold the $24 put there to collect premium, and then I also sold the $30 call. So if it was to rocket this week, then I would also be able to cover the upside, and then if it was to fly past it, I would sell all my shares at 30, the 100 that I used in collateral. As you guys can see here, I'm up 80% on this position. Super excited to get to collect my 48 bucks. Hopefully I can fully expire with this and collect all of it, and then if we scroll back, as you guys can see, I sold the 24 put. This is kind of jumping right now as Palantir's price is up and down, but still minus 8 bucks on this guy, but overall in a pretty cool position. Up 20% in general on this position, where I have a $2,400 cash secured put going, and I'm also rocking my 100 shares worth of collateral. Down 315 on my shares, but you gotta remember the first time I got assigned, I received $150 credit, and this is such a stress-free way of trading for me, as I believe in Palantir. This is a stock I want to hold for years. I could sell calls on it every week. Even if I do get assigned more shares at 24 this week, let's say they close at 23 or 23.50, could be even 23.86, right? They closed Friday there, and if I don't secure profits, I could secure this put profit. You know, I could have done it when it was at 87 this morning, but I didn't. I'm gonna wait for more theta decay to kick in this week, and I'm just really happy in this position overall. So it's just really nice. You know, I can really look at my money indifferently. The IV is at 104% on these weekly contracts. So being able to sell the put, collect the theta decay every day, and hopefully collect the entire amount of premium by Friday, and then it'll free up that capital, and I could run this again, maybe on a different stock, and we'll talk about the one that I plan on doing it later this video. So that's kind of my rundown on Palantir. I think that's really cool. I'm excited to see what they do the rest of the week. So let's talk about AT&T really quickly. AT&T ran to $29.78, so I sold a call on it because I have 151.5 shares. And of course, since then, they've rallied. AT&T would stay under 30.50. Now they are 50 cents away, but I also do have all these shares. If it did sell them all at that spot, I wouldn't be too upset. There's a lot of upside to it. I've been collecting dividend payments from AT&T. As you guys can see down here, if we scroll down, at the last dividend payment was about 75 bucks. So I've been collecting payment from them, collecting, you know, buying shares. You guys can see I sold that call here for 9 bucks. So if I could get about $9 or $10 every time I sell a call every week on these guys, it's just a little bit of extra money, as I already get a good dividend payment. And this could add up, you know, over time. Let's say I start running this with 200 shares. I start selling for 20 bucks a week and still get that dividend payment of just over 100, because AT&T doesn't move too much. I mean, they are over 30 now, but I'm not too worried about this position. And if it does sell them all, I'm totally cool with that. I can free up that capital. I could just sell another put down here and collect more premium for the 19th. You know, we could go to sell put. I could even go to the $29. I could sell that and collect 22 bucks of it back. I'm super indifferent about the market in general, as you guys know. But to be able to maneuver, I mean, I've been holding these shares like this for over a year. So since I've been holding these shares for over a year and not taking advantage of selling covered calls every week or every 2 weeks on them, even though it's, you know, 10 bucks at a time, I'm totally cool with that, because I'm not collecting that either way. And if I sell the shares, that's fine with me too. I've been collecting dividend payments. I'm down 5% all time on this position. And then I could just sell a cash secured put on it a little bit lower, use some of that extra capital, and then just sell a call above it and keep running it, because AT&T trades in such a sideways channel. And as long as I don't get stuck, you know, in something to where they dip down to 26.50, and let's say I sold the 29, right? To where I can still get good premium selling a call right above it. So that's my latest position that I'm selling covered calls on. I do hope that AT&T drops a little bit. I don't want to sell all my shares right now, but if that happens, it's not a big deal. But I'm still testing it, and I love testing it on these guys. And since I've held these for so long, it's just like my little savings account that pays me dividends. So either way, whether they continue to rise or they go sideways the rest of the week, maybe they dip, I'm still in a pretty comfortable position. What about the latest stock that I've been picking up more of? As you guys know, I made that video on the stocks that I'm gonna put 3 grand into this year, which are the cruise lines. I made that video a little while back, and so far I have just under 2,000 into Carnival. So I have 85.86 shares. My average cost is $23.13. Now I bought a lot of these shares this morning pre-market. They're right around where they were, and then I bought some at this dip around 10.20. For $26.10. I'm not too worried about what Carnival's valued at today. As you guys know, I'm a long-term investor, but it would have been nice when I was buying my shares. I bought some back here and then bought a few in here when my dad picked up a lot. Right around here, they dipped more. And I was starting to think, instead of me trying to like hope that these stocks come back down, why not just buy 100 shares? And then if I missed out on any money, you know, because I had to pay a little bit more. Now my average cost is $23.13. It used to be $20.80. And when it was $20.80, I was really comfortable where I was at. And I was like, man, I wish I would have bought all my shares at $20.80. But instead of worrying about that $200 difference or so, I could just start selling covered calls on them. And I could look for March 19th. You know, let's say I was to achieve 100 shares today, then I could go to the $28.50 call and sell that, collect $82. And then instead of waiting this past month to make my extra 100 or 200, if I was hoping that Carnival came down, I could just sell the call above it and collect that premium immediately, wait it out, and if Carnival doesn't cross over $28.50, take that premium, move on, and set myself up again. And then I can do this on the downside as well. Maybe I do hit 100 shares and I want 200 shares. To get 200 shares, I would probably then sell a cash secured put with the funds in my account. I could go to March 12th. I'd probably do the 19th because I don't really want to buy everything today. I'm a big fan of dollar cost averaging over time. So I could come down to here and say, hey, you know what? I don't want to pay over 26. I'll pay 25 though. You know, if it does fall, and then I can review and I can flex 76 bucks. I don't have the funds in right now because I'm rocking a couple cash secured puts already. I just bought a lot of shares of Carnival today, and I bought some more Apple today as well. You know, so I had 50 shares going into today. Now I have 85 shares. And I want to get this to 100 and I can start playing with it a little more. But I'm pretty happy with the returns that I have on these guys right now. And I see them continuing to go up as we reopen, and maybe they dip in the short term the next few months. But I'm not worried because I'm just adding a new system to my life that I can continue to use to leverage in the market and make more capital. And of course, like, I don't have any anxiety right now playing this position. I know what I'm comfortable in with. I know how many shares I'm comfortable with. I know how much money makes me emotional. And right here, I'm more focused on, okay, where is Carnival? What's my expected, you know, what's the expected growth for them? They still haven't recovered since the COVID pullback in March fully, so I still think it's a great deal. I think if we do go back 46-50 bucks on them, of course I'll double my investment, but I'm more looking at what's that weekly income looking like. If I am able to, you know, start selling some calls on them for 2 weeks out, right, and collect, if I sell the $28 call, collect 100 bucks, just selling that call. Or I could even go a month out to April 1st and play it pretty safe, you know, up around 32 and collect 87 bucks. You know, and hold these for, you know, 3 weeks. I just think it's really cool. And same with the April 9th one. I could even go out to May 21st if I wanted, and say, no, I don't think we'll be above 37.50. And I could sell those all right there and collect 125 instantly. So it's really cool. I like the wheel strategy a lot, and I think Carnival is going to keep growing, and I want to be able to pick up my next 15 shares within this week, and then I can start running this strategy probably at the end of this week or starting next week. But I think it's such a cool strategy to play, and you can kind of see your shares go up and down, make money that way, and then also selling these cash secured puts on them, and then selling calls where you're using your shares as collateral, which is also known as covered calls. Touch on Apple real quick. So I bought some more shares today around this dip. They've dipped a little bit more since then, but I'm not too worried. I just bought a little bit more. I'm at 38.8 shares with an average cost of $92.70. This is another stock that I soon want to be selling covered calls on as well. I have such a good average cost on them, but I'm just gonna see what happens. If they keep falling, I'll just get a better deal on my shares. And then if they also keep rising, then of course my investment goes up. But Apple's the one where I'm a little indifferent on doing this, just because of the premium on these positions. Now, I could sell it out, and I know when tech moves, tech moves. Yeah, I may do it, I may not. I would like to down the road, but I think for me to be comfortable, I would need a lot of runway. Tech likes to move. So I think maybe I could look at the 126 call, and I'd collect $100 for selling a covered call. But for me, I'd much rather run it on Palantir right now at my account size. But it's just nice, like I don't have any anxiety. I'm not forced to watch the market all day now, like if I was actively trading. And you can take weeks where volatility is high, like the high VIX we're seeing, and just use that to continue to grow your account more of a stress-free way, instead of, oh no, I bought an Apple call at open because it looked good and now it's down and you're just freaking out. Reassess what you're looking at, what you're investing, purchasing shares while they're down, and then utilizing covered calls, selling cash secured puts, and just utilizing the market when it's really hard to tell the direction of it this week and kind of the feel for it. So that's gonna be everything for me in this video. I hope you guys had a great time. Make sure you leave a like, check the links in the description. I'm super excited that you guys made it this far. The community's growing like crazy, and I'm just really grateful for this opportunity. So I will see you guys in the next video. Stay awesome, keep trading, and I'm excited to see how your cash secured puts have been going and also your covered calls. So I'll see you guys in the next video.